Hey, it's Kevin. Thank you for coming by for another No BS social media chat. We've been taking a look at some of the social media basics, some things that even though you're, above the beginner level, something you may want to stop and think and make sure you've got your bases covered. Because the one thing I found over the years of not only doing social media for clients, but also over the last 4 or 5 years doing these videos, is that we still sometimes forget the basics. We get so caught up in the bigger picture, we miss the minutia, which really gets back to the groundwork, to the basics, to the bottom of the pyramid, as Coach John Wooden would say, the building blocks. Today we're talking about, which social media sites you should be focused on. It's funny, when I first started really getting to social media, it was all about MySpace. In fact, Friendster and MySpace, the two original social media networks, if you will, were the only ones at play back in the day. Now, if you've been around social media long enough, you know what happened to MySpace. Yeah, they got too loose for themselves. They lost their focus. They tried to be everything for everybody, and they ended up failing in the end. Then they got sold, then they failed in the end. Then along came our old friend Facebook. And Facebook, while we all love and hate Facebook, for social media professionally, whether you're a musician or a media personality, or you run a small business, or you run a charity, is still probably the best way to reach the most amount of people. It is truly the 600-pound gorilla of social media. And I saw something that said no matter what Mark Zuckerberg does, Facebook will probably never die. Because the one thing they do well is continually adapt. You may not like the changes, and I'll be honest with you, most changes since the day I signed up for Facebook I haven't liked, but it's best for them, which in turn makes it best for the social media site, which in turn makes it last forever. I've seen so many people come on and try to be the anti-Facebook, try to create a similar kind of social media platform that's like Facebook but different, and they never seem to go anywhere. There's only one big giant. There's only one Google, there's only one Amazon, there's only one Apple, and there's only one Facebook. Other sites, and really I've talked about the big four before. Like I said, back in the day, MySpace was one of the big four. It was really the original of the big four. It's much like the big four car manufacturers back in the day. Then Facebook came along and it was a big two. And the next three we're talking about 4 sites overall today. 4 sites I've been talking about week in, week out for years now. Of course, Facebook is the first. YouTube is the second. It's the hardest one to create content for because you have to have a video camera, because you have to have audio, because you got to worry about licensing. You got to worry about all those things. You got to worry about, are you going to make any money off any audio you may put on there? You got to worry about any copyright if you're using somebody else's audio. At the end of the day, the meters that move when you've got YouTube content, it's amazing how many times a video can go viral. And I'll be honest with you, I've talked about the ability to create a viral video. It's almost impossible. But it's amazing how you get the same video sent to you through email, through text message, through Facebook post, whatever it is, time and time again. When something goes hot on YouTube, it explodes across the internet, and there's no getting around it. YouTube's still very important if you can find a way to put it into your content creation. The next one is actually the newest comer to this 4. When MySpace kind of fell away, Instagram came into being. It was very interesting to talk with people over the weekend when I was out and about doing some errands and working some stuff, and Instagram kept coming up. Not only for people just to enjoy, but we're seeing people be able to market through Instagram. Now, the one thing I've seen from my artist clients, it's still tough to get people to convert to playing songs, to attending shows, through whatever. But if you're looking for top-of-mind awareness, if you're looking for a way to build a fan base to interact with, Instagram is a great tool. It is truly my personal favorite social media site. In fact, over the weekend, my wife and I were running through Indiana, and we happened to encounter a beautiful neon sign. And I just took a picture of this old neon sign and threw it up on Instagram, and it's now the most liked and commented Instagram post of all my Instagrams, all my personal Instagrams that I've ever had. It's just amazing to watch those numbers keep ticking up and up and up, especially in a climate where it's tougher to get noticed with more and more people involved. 4th and final, it's Twitter. And I'll be honest with you, I have a love-hate with Twitter. A lot of that is due to politics. A lot of that is due to what's gone on with Twitter and how it's tougher to cut through the noise. It's tougher to be able to market yourself if you want to do that. But at the same time, you can see what happened. Roseanne Barr tweets something horribly racist over the weekend, and by Monday, ABC had canceled the 2nd season of Roseanne. One tweet, boom, done. Now, she apologized. She took the tweet down. Didn't matter. That's the power of Twitter. You know how President Trump uses Twitter. You know how celebrities can use Twitter and get into Twitter fights and Twitter wars and build their following through Twitter. It's not as easy for the common person to get into it, to get involved, to build a mass of followers. But it's still a great way to get those details out. And I'll be honest with you, when I'm looking for anything that's happening in the now, when I'm looking for anything that's happening top of mind, almost like a news feed, I go to Twitter and type in a hashtag to see what I can find. And 9 times out of 10, I can find exactly what I'm looking for. The big four of social media. You've got to be involved in some way, shape, or form. It's simple. It's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's YouTube, it's Twitter. That's it this week. We'll talk more in depth next week. Another No BS social media chat, nobssocial.com, our website. You can find me, phone, email address, all coming up here at the end of the video. Back next week. Thanks for stopping by.